like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And they put out another episode of Star Trek Picard, and I did have to phone Suicide Hotline. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on with the world. You know, I expect, you know, the aforementioned Suicide Hotlines were you know, they put extra staff in the day Star Trek Picard comes out. You know, for Star Trek fans just not seeing the point of going on with life. And boy, do I understand them. Do I understand them. But weirdly enough, the first 2 episodes of Star Trek Picard Season 2 feel like Star Trek. And I'm going to say that a lot during this review, which is very strange. I still think it's going to go south, okay? I think it's going to go south, and I wouldn't recommend you start to watch this yet. I mean, essentially, they got to go back to 2024 and stop the world becoming a totalitarian state, a totalitarian, you know, mono state. So, are they going to have to stop an election? I mean, it seems very on the nose. They got to do it in Los Angeles for some reason. I don't know. I can't imagine being in 2024 in Los Angeles helping you with anything. But anyway. So yeah, it's probably going to crash and burn when it gets there. But right now, viewing it on its own merit, I have no problem with it. I just feel a little bit, you know, a little bit nervous. No, not nervous. I think I know it's going to go, you know, turn south. It was weird when I saw Mandalorian that first season. I was clenching with the armrest. I was convinced it was going to go bad, but I had a feeling that it wouldn't. Here I have a feeling that it will. Anyway, I've watched it, so you don't have to. I'm not recommending you watch it as yet, but you can keep up. You can keep up by following my recap and review. At the end of it, we also look at the Stranger Worlds trailer, which, again, because Star Trek hasn't been awful, Picard hasn't been awful, I'm daring to hope also won't be awful. Like, hope against hope. Who knows or dares to dream? You know, who knows to dream? Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? Can you hit the subscribe button? That'd be fan-dabby double dozy. Can you comment? Let me know what you think, because I don't know what to think. I'm very, very confused. Like, share, subscribe, comment. That's all great stuff. Sign up to my Substack. It's my email newsletter, which I was very tardy on this week. I had a very busy week, but I was very, very tardy on this week. But hopefully I'm going to get back on the 8 ball again this week. So like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. This is from my live stream. I'm recording this little intro on Friday, March 11th. If I can, I'll get this video out today, but I don't know if I can. So I'm recording on Friday, March 11th. This is from a live stream I did last night on Thursday, March 10th. Why am I saying the dates? Because the world's changing so freaking quickly. Who knows what's going to happen by the time you see this, right? So yeah, anything could happen in the next half hour. That really works much more for Stingray. But never mind. So I give you Star Trek Picard Season 2, Episode 2. Star Trek. Fine. If you recall last week, we had our expectations quite severely subverted because it wasn't shit. Right? Expectations were very, very subverted. It was like a soft. It was a semi-firm. It was like a semi-reboot. Right? It was basically they just said, okay, forget all the shit from last year, okay? I'm sorry, right? Rios is now a Starfleet captain, okay? And Jurata's a scientist working there, and she's there on Envoy with Soji, although you only see her for like a minute. And now, what's her name? 7 of 9 has Rios' ship, and she's not with Raffi, and I've totally forgot they're all together. And Raffi isn't a crack addict, and it's all Star Trekky. All of that is Star Trekky, right? Picard's all like nervous because Laris, his Romulan servant, aide, friend, wants to shag him. Her husband Shabon died. They have the whole thing say, we Romulans, we love passionately. Then we honor that love by loving again even more passionately. She says it in an Irish accent, and she's like, I will be a crazy bitch in bed. Basically, what she was saying, because like, oh, blah, blah. I'm 90-something years old. I don't really know what to do. Please. He's French, for God's sake. You know, come on. Anyway. So, He doesn't know what to do. He stops off at Starfleet, and now the Romulan kid, not whatever the kid's name, I don't bloody know, is in Starfleet, and it's all Starfleety. It's all Star Trekky. It's weird. It's weird. It's all Star Trekky. I don't understand. It's you haven't seen episode 2? I'm about to spoil the shit out of it, mate. It's all Star Trek. I don't understand. It's all super Star Trekky. So anyway, and then the Borg show up. There's an anomaly, and Rios is in charge of the Stargazer, and the Borg show up, and they want to talk to Picard, and so they send Picard out. He's back in universe. He's back on Starfleet. It's all what you wanted, right? Everything is it. It's all what you want. It's where you thought Star Trek should be. It's like a nice continuation from Star Trek Next Generation. It's nice. It works. And the Borg's somewhat different, and they start draining the ship. Like all spidery Borg, like Doc Ock Borg, and then Picard blows up the ship to stop the Borg taking it over. Even though Borg are like kind of conciliatory, they're like they don't kill anyone. They just stun people, and they seem nice, and they want to negotiate. They want them to hear their side. It's weird, and Borg Queen looks different. Anyway, Picard says blows up the ship so the Borg can't take it over. So the robot copy is a better character than the live one. Maybe he's on the holodeck. Maybe that could well be. That's a very good point. But and then it blows up, and all of a sudden he wakes up and he's back in the chateau, but it's very different. The sky's all like got these hexagonal things like stopping global warming or something. I don't bloody know, something or other. And he's got an android now, and he looks kind of fascist. He's got a picture of himself in a black uniform being all fascisty, and then Q shows up, and it's wonderful. So, mon capitan, and it's perfect, and it's Star Trekky, right? It's totally Star Trekky, and he goes, this is the road. This is the end of the road not taken. Da 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 da. Whoosh. Okay, so I figured they got to piss this up. They got to balls this up, right? This can't last. It lasted. I think this episode again. Oh, but I missed out. He popped over to see Guinan and to say, what should I do about this chick who wants to bang me? And she's like, oh, you should bang her. You should bang her. And then he still said no. He went to Starfleet instead. Anyway, fine. So this week, we started space. We kept the traditional Doctor Who, Russell Davis Doctor Who. And we see we got this like lattice work everywhere. We zoom down, and he's in his chateau. He's like, oh, what's going on? Dude, I've already worked it out. Really? I mean, like, you've lived this, right? I mean, like, how have you not worked out what's going on? Anyway, the timeline has shifted. Yeah, it's the end of the road not taken. He's changed something in the past, and he's remade reality, right? So, mon capitan, they have a great Q and Picard scene, right? Oh, what are you doing? I don't know. Oh, and Q scene's kind of a little bit bonkers, right? Which is kind of good. I like him being a bit bonkers, so it's a bit different. He's like, the trial never ends, blah, 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 Q, I'm bonkers. And he goes, he snaps his fingers, and they're over there now, and they're in the vineyard, and the harvesters have come in or something. And I said, oh, it's different now, and this timeline, everything's changed. Oh, he's like, I'm not doing this, I won't play it. And Q gets pissed off and slaps him, like, swam, bam. And because I want them, yes. And so it's like his nose is bleeding. Like he said, no, you change everything apart from the thing you need to change, right? And so he's what's going on? And there's like some kind of fascisty tune playing because they're in fascist world, obviously. And they said, in this timeline, you didn't find a way of fixing the world you destroyed. You found a way of patching it. And they go inside, and there's like slaves. Romulan slaves like scrubbing away. Oh, please don't beat me, General Picard. Oh, and they're all scared of him because he's mean. He's a meanie pants Picard. He's like, so essentially they're doing a mirror, right? It's very similar to a mirror, but they're doing something different, and it works. I'm sorry, it feels like an episode of Star Trek. It feels like it's using that language, right? It feels like it's yes. right? This feels okay. So, I mean, will Strange New Worlds be any good? I don't bloody know. Kurtz's name's all over this or that, right? And like, don't beat me, sir. And they obviously the Romulans are slaves. And, let me show you how dark it gets. He shows him the studies like, Oy vey, he says, Oy vey to me. And he's got all this like battle robot stuff and like guns everywhere. Things like, anything they say that I recognize. Here, how to zoom over there. Zahat Vash Dagger. Don't know. What's this one up there? Zahat Vash Disruptor Rifle. Okay, no, Zahat Vash is a race I don't know. And then you zoom out and there's all these skulls there. Like there's like Ferengi skull. Like what the hell? And a bull skull. It's like what's going on? And you see all these skulls and what was it? And then which is again, all this works. I think all this works really well. I'm getting a Wizzy Will. Not let me go on to the next thing. Come on. But yeah, again, this is so much more effective than the body horror in season 1, right? When they're drilling out that kid's eye, right? You're like, this is actually genuine, but it's Star Trek-y, right? And then we get a bunch of name checks, which is kind of fun. So, and then you see it's Kardashian one. And he says it's Golden Cat, right? Golden Cat died in the forest. It was leading a rebellion against you. And you see all different. He's got a bunch of his trophies of people he's killed. That's General Martok that he killed after releasing a bioweapon that wiped out Kronos. And this is, guess that's Sarek, right? Sarek, who he killed he executed in the front of the Vulcan Science Academy or something else, in front of his son and his wife and son, right? So that's pretty damn crazy. Right? Oh man, I'm getting a real Wizzy Wheel now. It's actually Wizzy Wheeling faster than normal. So yeah, he's not good in this one. If Picard hasn't worked out yet, he's a bad guy in this world, right? And Q's really liking it. He said, "Okay, I'm not playing." Blah. And he sees a picture of his battleship, and he's like, "I'm not playing this game, Q. Take us back. Where's the people of Stargazer?" Whoa. He's like, "No, I saved you. I saw those. I wanted to go and pick back out of time, so I just looked for an explosion, and there you were." And then Q's he's like, "No, I'm going. I'm not playing." He's like, "Okay, fine." He just goes, leaves him there, right? And now he's living there, and the android's like, "Can I help you?" He's like, "Who are you talking to?" He says, "There's nobody there. there's nobody going on." Fine. He's like, he wanders around. He's confused. Then we get the titles, right? Right after the titles, we see this like his propaganda video playing, and he's again total fascist. He talks about this ship being the CSS World Razor and says a safer galaxy is a human galaxy, and he's like, "Oh, this is not good," and then you can take it over. So it's basically it's a fascist promotion video, which everybody really likes. And so he asks if he's ever heard of Larissa. Laris, the girl who was going to hump him senseless, right? The woman, the older, hot Irish woman who was going to have very, very, very hot, lengthy sex with him, right? Do you know where she is now? What are you asking? No reason. Really? I think there's a reason. There might be a little bit one, but I don't know. No reason, really. Okay, fine. So he says, I'm looking. We never had anybody on staff of that name. Well, that's his morning drink, which is like a coffee that's way too strong for him, and he like drinks it and he nearly vomits out. If it lets me icky woos. And so he says, "Oh yes, I found records. There's a Laris and Chabon who were killed in the Romulan uprising." He's like, "Oh, that doesn't sound good. That does not sound good, right?" And he says, "You better get ready. The shuttle's coming for you soon. You got to go to the palace." So what are you going to the palace? He's like, "Well, sir, it's Eradication Day." He's like, "Okay, again, Eradication Day doesn't sound like it's a good thing, right? Doesn't sound like it's being warm and fluffy." And again, it's Star Trek-y. I don't mind there being androids in this universe because this is an evil timeline, and it feels Star Trek-y, right? So over in San Francisco, there's still the Golden Gate Bridge, and he's going to the palace, and then we have somebody very hot somewhere. I'm like, okay, I don't care. And it's 709. 709 wakes up and goes, oh, what's going on? And the lights go on, and she wakes up, and she gets up, and 709 remains hot, right? She's hot. She's looking around, going, what's going on? And you get that quite a bit in this episode. People look around, going, "What's going on?" Right? What's going? You get with, and she's got a badge she needs to put on, and like, "Oh, I'm not a Borg. Okay, I'm not a Borg." And then she starts like doing stuff to make sure if she's sane or not, doing all these diagnostic tests on her. And then this guy walks in saying, "Morning, Madam President." I was like, "Wait, what?" Good morning, Madam President. So in this universe, she is the president of the universe. Okay. This guy walks in, and he's I kind of recognize this actor. I think he's going to be like a main character. And it's her husband. Like, hi, I'm banging you. I'm your husband. He's like, well, okay, that's a bit good news for you. And then we got to get ready for what's it called again? For Eradication Day ceremony. They take her into her office, and she's looking around, and it's like, okay, I guess we're married then, right? We look very married. And they're talking about the Vulcan uprising, or is it the Romulan uprising? And she's at the same time she's looking up Colonel Rios, right? And he's like, okay, we need news from the again, the Romulan uprising, the Vulcan uprising. Look at this. This is very cool. Again, it's a little side detail. But like I like them using the right ships. Okay. Yeah, I that's good. That's good. So I got frozen again. So then she says she wants a report from the front line. From that, and he said, "Okay, shall I call you General Cisco?" I'm like, "Yes, call General Cisco now!" Right? He said, "Okay, no, we got to. I want a report from the Federation." It's like, "What's the Federation?" I'm in Confederation. So they get so okay, fine. So she gets Rios on the phone. So I want to open channel this person here. And they go, bleep, 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 and a nice space fight going on. And it's still Star Trek-y, right? Still working. It must be Vulcan. These look like Vulcan ships are taking on, right? And Rios is the captain. He's like, what's going on? Why am I in a fight? I don't know. And then she says a stunning and brave black woman comes in and says, oh, we need to kill these Vulcans. Blah, bad. He's like, what? Okay, I guess we will. And he's alone on the ship, and they go, and says, so we should kill them. And say, yes, fine, let's wipe them out. Wipe out those Vulcans. And then their call comes through from the president, and she's like, hi, I'm the president. Yeah, wink, wink. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. So it's a secure channel, and they could talk privately. And she's like, I don't know what's going, but you better come over here. So meanwhile, in Okinawa, right, explosion happens. Boom! And the building goes up. And there's a revolution going on, being done by the Romulans. And that's where, whatever this kid's name is now. He was it the elf from Lord of the Rings. And then they start getting fired on by the security. Pew, pew, pew! Oh, run! They have to run. And he's about to be shot. He's like, no, I don't know what's going on. And then suddenly, this person in a black hood shows up, and it's obviously her. I didn't even get a shot of her in a black hood. And she shoots the other people around and go, pew, 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 pew. And he's like, it's me, Rafi. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on either, but let's hug each other. Hugging each other in space. Actually, in Okinawa. And she's in charge. She's like, Captain, what should we do with this scum? He said, take it. Don't kill him. I need to interrogate him. Okay, over in the presidential palace. I got to find out what it was in Breaking Bad. I so recognize her from something or other. They talking about the Eradication Day things, and we got to get ready for to eradicate the air with meanie pantsers. We're fascist, evil people. Meanwhile, Agnes Jolly wakes up, and then, again, annoying pain in the ass character in season 1. I feel Star Trek in this one. It's weird, but it's true. Fine, and so she's got an AI pet she's made because she's also desperately lonely and antisocial in this universe as well. And she's working on how to kill the prisoner, but as part of the Eradication Day ceremony. So like, hey, can we see the prisoner, please? Like, what's going on? Oh, hi there. It's fine. It's like, it's very weird. And he's like, what do you guys do? He's like, no. And Jake finally, she kind of like talks her way out of it badly. And she's a weirdo, so it's fine. So it goes by. So they extract the specimen, and out it comes. What is the specimen? It's the Bull Queen, and they got her like totally trapped. And she's like, actually, who plays the Bull Queen in this one? One second. Nah, we got to be. I think it's worth stopping for a second to do a little check on these, because I also want to see who plays the her husband. Right, there we go. Star Trek Picard season 2. Try that again. Star Trek Picard season 2 cast. Is that was it Alice Cridge who played or Alicia, what's her name, because she's a much older Bull Queen than we're used to, right? There we go. It's opening up slowly. Jerry Ryan, come on. Wikipedia. We'll try Wikipedia. Come on. It's opening up slowly. So while we're trying to open that, we'll keep going. And then she's like, we're gonna kill her as part of the Eradication Day ceremony. And then Bull Queen's freaking out because she can tell something's up with time. It's like, this is wrong time, wrong. Double that. I should be Delta Quadrant. I don't know. What's going on? Cannot compute. And she's like, this doesn't look good, does it? This does not look good. Come on. This is finally. Hang on. We'll try it that way. Okay. Hopefully it'll open up. And now this is frozen. Really? Bloody hell. That just sucks ass. Okay, now it's not frozen. And she knows that they're from the right timeline, and they're kind of like picking up on it. And then they and then they keep on freaking out. Meanwhile, Picard shows up. His shuttle shows up, and if you ever read the Dark Mirror, I think it was one of the Star Trek books before they really did the Mirror Universe and the Next Generation era, right? Before Deep Space Nine did the Mirror Universe, and you really got to see an evil Mirror Picard, and they visited there, and you saw like how the works of Shakespeare are different, and so it's very much like that book. And that's a pretty darn good book, if I say so. Fine. And he's like, "Can I help you, sir?" I said, "We got to go over here." And he sees everybody. He sees like what's the name, the Romulan kid. He's like, "Oh, we got to go over there." And he gets thrown to the floor. So throw him, waft and force him to strike him, throw him to the floor. Okay, fine. Then it's like, well, what are you keeping him alive for? He's like, oh, what? Because I ordered him to, and he does his mean person impersonation. I'm mean Picard, meanie pants. Let's get these people with me, and they marches them off. Right. Meanwhile, she's turning up over there, looking at herself in the mirror, because I would too if I was that hot. And man, is this opening up? No, it's not. So again, his weirdly Hispanic husband, like, this is just weird. I don't understand how these two got together, and like very much playing its type. But fine. And they're like, yeah, don't you remember we used to like gaze at stars? And they're like, oh, we should go and see the Bull Queen who's downstairs. Okay, let's go see the Bull Queen. Fine. Bring this Romulan with us, and we'll make him talk. Yes, we'll make him talk. Meanwhile, what's the name? Rios shows up. Said, I'm on Earth. I'm here. Bull Queen's there. She's like, I'm the Bull Queen. I'm mad. Okay, what's up with this? It's not bloody happening at all. Try again. Is it going? No, it's really not. Oh, wait a minute. Why don't I try my phone? I'll probably be more successful. Hang on. We'll try that. We'll go Star Trek Picard. I spelled every word letter wrong there. Picard. Season 2 cast. Okay. Doing. So that works. Fine. So they're like, we gotta. Oh, here it is. Fine. That came out straight bloody way. Oh, fine. Wikipedia. Must be the. I got too many windows open. That must be it. Oh no, the Wikipedia still is holding here as well. Oh no, it's actually opening up. I'm halfway there. You go. So who we got? We go through the cast members. Cast of characters. Fine. So Patrick Stewart, Alison Pill, Jerry Ryan, Michelle Hurd, Evan Igvora, that's Elnor, that's his name. Orla Brady is Laris, and she's hot. Isa Bryans is Sosha, she's hot. Then you got Santiago Cabrera is was it Sung? Is Rios, and Brett Spiner is one of the Sung family, so he's back in it. So John Delancey, Madeline Weiser, the Vector, must be his mother. Recurring is Annie Wershing as Bull Queen. Okay, fine. So they don't say who the Hispanic guy is, so he can't be that much in it. I thought it'll be sucked back in time with them. Anyway, fine. So she's like, well, they got to go, and they got to go work out what happened. They work back. So they talked to the Bull Queen, and she said, "We're not in a different universe. The time has changed, and they worked out the timeline is they got to go to Los Angeles in 2024." Right? So, like, okay, I can't imagine anything happening in Los Angeles in 2024 that anybody would have any desire to be anywhere near in any way, shape, or form. Like, Los Angeles 2024 is going to be like Escape from New York, right? It's going to be freaking awful. If it's still there, I think it's going to be a cratering, smoldering crater. Fine. So they got to. There's somebody there called the Watcher. They got to find who will help them. So they got to go back in time, and they're like, well, how do we go back in time? They don't have time travel technology. So what they'll do is they'll do a slingshot thing, like said, oh yeah, Kirk's Enterprise did it a number of times, and it said yes, but they had Spock be able to work out all the details as they were slingshotting around. And we don't have Spock, so we need the Bull Queen, right? So they got to kidnap the Bull Queen, and they go on a mission to. The shields are up around the planet now, and they can't get out because it's Eradication Day, all right? No, 1 second. Sorry. Fine. So then, so they break up. Was it whatever this one's name? And Elnor, they have to go and get the shield down somehow so they can beam out. And they liaise with the captain, with him, and he's like, "We got to bring a Borg on board, like kind of a crazy one." Yeah, that's gonna be fun. But then suddenly the Borg gets sucked out. Like, well, where are you going? Where are you going? Can't stop it. No, the Borg is being taken out for Eradication Day. It's in the queue to be killed for the Eradication Day ceremony, right? Yes, go back to 2024 and stop the Orange Man. That's clearly where they're going, right? Borg prisoner in transit, right? So they got to go. They're like, oh, we can't even stop it. So he's got to go. He's the one who's supposed to. Picard's supposed to execute him with the president standing next to him, like, oh, we better go there then. Okay, we'll do that. Those two go off. Raffi and these two go off to save the to get the shield down. All right, and then he walks back in, right, and to escort them back up. And she's like, "Yeah, listen, we were working out a thing about we thought the Romulan prisoner had put a virus into the system. That's why they brought him here." And then that's why we were talking cone or acting weird. I'm weird anyway. And she's acting quite good at this, right? But yeah, listen, they're going back to LA 2024. And at least it's not Washington 2024. It's LA 2024. So I don't know. It just seems insane to me. They'll be that on the nose, right? They'll be like, oh, we got to stop the election before the world turns fascist, right? Everything depends on this. I mean, it just sounds like bullshit. Really? I mean, it just sounds beyond bullshit, right? So they're like, come with me. We got to go and execute the Bald Queen. And I'm totally your husband. And it's totally normal. Nothing weird about this at all. And I don't know who this is. So you see, like, Picard's... is that Picard supposed to be Picard? It sounds more like Data, actually. It sounds like more like a Soon. Talking about how... what's this? Adam Sung, right? This is a Data, right? This is Adam Sung, whoever Adam Sung is. We'll find out in another episode. So yeah, they're at the stadium to kill the Bald Queen. I got to do it. I'm being meanie, but we got to get her out because we need her to slingshot around the room. And everyone's going, "Yeah, it's like a Trump rally. We're the bestest ever. Yeah. Oh, I'm so mean. Oh, meanie. Fine. So, and we're all watching you. Okay. So we just got to work. She's working out how to crack the code and whatever, the communicator to get into the system so she can turn the, so when Raffi lowers the shield, she'll be able to get the transporter working. And they're like, okay, we got to build up slowly to killing the Bald Queen. It goes on. And it's actually quite good. I mean, again, because this feels like Star Trek to me, right? I keep saying it because it still keeps feeling like Star Trek. Man, are we going to get a hard... Like 1 week, fine. 2 weeks? Oh, man, that's crazy. And they bring up the Bald Queen. We're going to kill her. Well, she's like working on hacking the technology that from a different world. And he's getting ready to beam them up. And it's... so she takes him into this is weird, right? She takes him into the holding cell and says, hi, this guy was planning a virus. We got to take it out. But here, you can play with him. And she's like, here, just beat him up for a bit. And like, oh, boom. I'm like, what the hell? Okay. And meanwhile, we're not killing anybody yet. We're just building up to it. Building up, more build up. Oh, look, mean. Build up. But again, well-directed episode. Earlier, I was sucked in by it. But I started to watch the Icarus file, right? I saw they dropped the whole thing. And I fell asleep, right? And I was like, oh, is it fair to like say I'm not into it because I fell asleep? I should try again. And I am going to try again. But the fact that it didn't suck me in where this did is very indicative of what if I like it or not, I guess, if I think it's well done. But this just goes on for a bit. It's like, let me get the gun out. And now I'm pointing at I'm getting everything ready to get rid of it and get everybody out. And I got got everything connected up when they all ready. And then what's the name says, I worked it out. Here, you, Elnor, you can do what you want now. You can do it. And then she starts knocking everybody out. Goes, I'm so stunned. He just had the crap beaten out of him. Right? Somebody takes his badge off and throws it. Whonk! And nearly kills him, but kills the guy behind him instead with it. Like, and he takes the badge and then he cuts his throat with him. And kicks him over. I think it's a little bit overkill, but okay. Through a glass panel, and he fights people, and he's like, "Oh, we're ready to go. It's going to be down for a minute and a bit." So now they're all screaming, "Yay!" And then we're just waiting on Agnes. Agnes is going, "I'm working it out. Okay, I'm teasing them. And it's like, oh, we just got to find a way out. So now he just starts shooting these Confederation people. She's like, I'm working it out. And finally, I said, I got it. Whoa! And he starts beaming everybody out. Yay! You got us beam out. Whoa, beam us out. We all beam out. Yay! We all beam out. Beaming out. Beam out. Okay. And they all beam in together. Along with the Bull Queen, and he's like, "Hi, I'm the Bull Queen. I'm a different Bull Queen, but I'm a Bull Queen." Okay, and they're like, "Fine, I've got to connect them up to the ship." And Rios is like, "Really? I'm not really into that." And this looks a bit lesbian, but okay. There you go. They start clicking buttons. Bleep, 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 bleep. We gotta go. Whoosh! They fly away. And then she gets a cable, and it's like, no, I don't think you should do this. But then the fleet's been deployed. That's quite a lot. And connects them up to Bull Queen up. Says, oh, that feels good. That feels good. That's clearly there's no sexual analogy with that whatsoever. Fine. It's like, I think this is bad news. But then they get stopped because somebody beams on. It's and shoots Elnor. Bah! No, and it's him. He used a presidential override, and it's like, what's going on? I know you guys are imposters, and now we've got you. We've got you, bad imposters. You're all in trouble now. He's like, oh dear, yes you are, and now we're gonna find out what's really happening. Da 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 da, and that was essentially Star Trek Picard. Again, amazingly, not bad. So you know what? Let's head on to this. Okay, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Okay, let's watch this. It's very snowy. Now, just in the same way, I'm assuming Kenobi is going to be awful, right? Because Boba Fett was awful, right? Boba Fett was really, really bad. Wait, wasn't there an episode of Voyager, says Mark Lewis, where they had an alternate no. They had a few, actually, Voyager crew that acting like thugs. Right, no, what that was, that's called the Voyager incident. That was a good episode where you had a piece of debris from Voyager had the Doctor in it, and they reactivated it, and they had this like long history of the Voyager being an evil ship, and they just assumed they were the bad guys, and when really they were trying to save everyone, but they had like an evil version of like all the people in it trying to be evil, right? But that was a history not being written properly. Yeah, that's the episode you're talking about. I mean, I don't like he's got a beard and he doesn't look happy, right?
Chris, I need you back, Captain.
No matter how many stars there are in the sky.
Okay, that was a great effect shot, right? That was a really good effect shot. Something you haven't seen before, and I liked it a lot. It wouldn't be any good. Like, you really can't tell from this, can you?
No matter how many galaxies swirl beyond our own.
Is that Vulcan, you think? Could be Vulcan.
No matter what the mathematical probabilities or the number of times we say, we are not alone in the universe. That's
Spock, isn't it? That's got to be Vulcan. I think Spock is the weakest link in this, really. The episode where Riker goes mad while performing a stage play was a really good TNG episode. Don't know. That's called Frame of Mind. Awesome episode.
Our first visit from the stars is always the province of children's stories.
It's got the same like promise that the pilot episode of Enterprise had, that you didn't really get until the full season of Enterprise when they started leaning into its prequel. The Doctor was an android and Harry Kim was a thug, right? And at the end of the episode, they set him up to go back home like thousands of years later.
And science fiction.
I mean the Doctor. Yeah, man, this looks good. Sorry, this does look damn good. It depends. Look, they're going to do episodic. This Picard's been good. I think it's just they got an idea. They got to put a lid on their crap, right? Just a lid on it already. But again, who knows? Who knows?
One day, it isn't.
Tzvi Lebetkin, to you, Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.